3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Bean Gaming. I have a really cool showcase for everyone today, and I'm really excited to share that with you. Let's go ahead and get back to my normal view here. We're going to showcase Enigma. Where can you get Enigma? Because you may not have seen him before. Well, I was trying to actually get him for a little bit of time, and by some crazy luck, I ended up getting him. But you can go over to the hatchery, and where it says buy eggs here, you can go ahead and activate. He is the super secret from the 1,000 coined rosy egg. So you have to get all 4 of these pets in addition to a shiny, in addition to a huge, and then once you have all that index complete, then you get Enigma. And Enigma is AOE, and the last couple of videos I probably have mentioned, and if not, then I'm going to say it right now, none of the AOE pets in this game are any good. That is until I found Enigma. Enigma is the one and only AoE pet that I would actually use. There's pets that do splash damage, they're not good. There's other pets that are AoE, they're not good. This pet actually is very helpful. Now, it's still not overpowered. I really think the developers need to do some kind of buff to all of the AoE units. I hope they do eventually. But this is the best one that I've seen so far. And I do have Dark on him, and let's scroll on down because I want to share with you some of the enchants that are going to be the best for AoE towers. Dark is a supreme enchant. It boosts damage by 10%, range by 10%, and attack speed by 5%. So that's not bad, but if you want the absolute best on an AoE tower, it has to be Dreamweaver because it does 50% more damage, and that's not going to overly matter so much because attack speed is somewhat slow, although it is, obviously it's helpful. But look at that, the range is boosted by 25%. That is key there. Some people are like, well, what about Sharp? Sharp is going to be the best for any damage per second tower or single targeted tower because it does boost damage by 30%, but it brings the attack speed down by 25%, or I should say it boosts attack speed by 25%. So this combination together gives more, in my opinion, of a boost than Dreamweaver does because 50% damage, that's really good, but when you mess around with the cooldown, then that actually does right around the same, if not more than 50% more damage. So you want to keep that in mind. Of course, there's the range, you got to take part of it as well. But once again, to recap, Dreamweaver, best for AoE towers, and Sharp is going to be best for single target. And I don't have a ton of rainbow gems, but let me just try and run these a little bit here and see if I can get that Dreamweaver. That's essentially impossible, but that Dreamweaver enchant on my Enigma. So I'm not gonna have you sit through the pain of watching it, but I'm still gonna try and see what we can get, because if I extend the range, Sight 3 only boosts by 10%. That's actually terrible. And then if you have Farsight, Farsight only boosts by 10%. Like, what the heck is going on with that? It's literally the same thing, and Farsight is harder to get. Farsight should be about 20% boost of the range. And then Dreamweaver, notice it's 25. So there's something that has to be balanced there, and I'm pretty sure the developers are going to fix that. Hopefully they see this video, but I have mentioned it in their Discord server. So let me see if I can get Dreamweaver. Well, I did end up getting Dark again, and nothing better than that, really. Although I got Punisher about 3 times. And I got to tell you, Punisher, I think Punisher is a 2.51% chance. I call garbage on that because literally I get Punisher about 3 to 5 times every time I roll about 50 times. So this percentage cannot be right. There's no way I keep getting Punisher over and over and over again. That's completely wrong. I want to go in and I want to play Wasteland, the first map. Now, the previous video I did Wasteland, but I had to sell and replace. I'm not going to sell and replace this time because I did bring along Enigma. And it's super cool. Let's go ahead and hop on in game here and check them out. Super hard mode. Yes, we're going to choose that one. And watch how I place everything. First, we're going to start off, as always, with the shiny, huge Scorplexes right over here on this backside, because they don't cover very much on the front side, but when I start upgrading them, they're going to cover everything. So these are really good spots for them. And I do have solar, which is very helpful. Okay, look at that upgrade. And let's go to the part of the video where I place down my first Enigma. Wave 13, here it comes. Let's go ahead and select Enigma. Now watch where I place them. You could potentially put them around this circle here. That's usually the best spots, but You usually want, especially for this game, to put your pets with the most AOE, or any AOE, as close to the front of the track as possible, because you want the AOE to do damage before any of your other pets. And I'm going to get a close-up of Enigma in just a moment here. Look at these Enigma, I don't know how you say it, but they look super cool. I love how it looks almost like a glowing cube, if you will. Doesn't even really look like a pet. But I love how it changes colors around the edges of this cube. And it's got the nice little bow tie on there. And also, I do want to place them on last. Last is going to be important here because I think from what I've seen, once the first pet ends up getting destroyed, then they have to target a different pet, and sometimes that doesn't always work out. Now, these Enigma are very expensive. The first placement's not bad, but look at that. To upgrade one level, it's already 21,000. But it's doing a damage per second of 139.47 right out of the gate. That's with Dark on it. And you're like, oh, that's probably not that much. But remember, its speed is attacking about every 4 seconds. And so it's doing a damage of 577 for any enemy that's within the circular range. Let's go ahead and upgrade once. The next upgrade, oh, and by the way, they did fix the upgrade where, remember the stat card used to disappear? It doesn't do that anymore, so thank goodness for that. Now, the next upgrade is going to go from $750 to $924. That costs $35,000. That's pretty expensive. And then it jumps up to $55,000, but it goes from $924 to over $1,000. And then lastly, $75,000. And all these pets, every time it does damage, all those pets get it. And now I can completely max out my Enigma. Check that out. He's just hitting all these toxic spiders, and it's very helpful for slower units. And these toxic spiders, they're kind of quick, so I'll be lucky if my Enigma gets damaged twice on these toxic spiders because they are so fast. But anyway, just look at that. It's already at 39,000 damage. I do like how they include the total damage at the top here. And I do need to start clicking and upgrading some of these other Enigmas that I have. And remember, you can either click on the card and press upgrade, you can click on your pet and press Q on the keyboard, or you can hold down Control on the keyboard and upgrade. So I need to get to 35,000, and I have. Let's go ahead and jump to the part of the video where everything is completely upgraded and see if we can take out the boss. We just finished up Wave 15. Wave 16 is about to start, and notice that when you just saw the end of that last wave, that no enemies were out on the path. That's how good this Enigma actually is. There's 4 placements total, can't do any more, and the final upgrade was $75,000. Watch him just annihilate these toxic spiders. None of my other towers are targeting him. These 4 Enigmas are taking out all of those toxic spiders, which is really nice because that way my towers can focus on these other enemies that are wrapped around the corner here. And you have to use the circle to your advantage, so you want most of your towers to be able to cover this entire circular region. But just watch this. These venom spiders are a problem, but because these Enigmas are full AoE, they're able to hit them a couple times at least and reduce their overall damage in groups. And that's when AoE towers are at their best, in full groups. So let's take a look here. We have these Enigmas doing each damage of 1,270.5 every time they hit. And they're hitting about every 4 seconds. And the range is 13.2. So that's really nice. Watch this. We're on Wave 17. And are we going to be able to kill this last guy before the next enemy comes out? Yes, we did. Just barely. Like, how crazy is that? We're on Wave 18 of super hard mode. And these venom spiders are actually crazy. These mobs are just, there's a lot of them. And they're so tanky. They have so much health to them. And there's the boss, the toxic rat. My towers are going to be able to take him out. Now, Enigma, you're done for the day. I could put him on the other side here, but no worries. We're going to be able to beat this map without even having to move any of my towers. There's the toxic rat. Look at that guy. He looks super cool. Get a nice picture of him right there. And look, he's not happy, but, you know, you're going to be gone. Sorry, not going to be able to do it today, pal. Gone. Goodbye. All the other enemies are gone. Nothing's left on the track. And victory! Let's go. 16 rainbow gems. That's super cool. You've got to try and get Enigma. It's really, really good. It's the best AoE unit in the game. If you play easy mode, if you play normal mode, then Enigma is going to be able to carry you probably through many of these maps. So just make sure when you get him, if you get him, to use them the right way and just kind of go from there. He is very expensive, but definitely worth it. You want to try and get the best rank on him that you can, the best enchant on him as you can. There's one last thing that I want to share with everyone. I lied. There's two things I need to share with you. First of all is the AFK zone is now open in the Dragon Isles event. You go ahead and hop on in there, and then it's off to your right-hand side. Secondly, if I click on this little rectangle here, the ABX, that's where the codes are, and they just came out with a new code. It's Countdown. See if I can spell that properly, and you end up getting 200 coins. So that's really nice, because 200 coins is essentially equivalent to winning, depending on the map, of course, to winning a super hard map. So that's really cool, and you definitely want to take advantage of that. So once again, the code is Countdown. I don't know if the uppercase or lowercase matters. And so if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!